This was the god's notebook, a treasure everyone dreamed of possessing. Whoever summoned it could make 3 wishes without any restrictions. But when Zhou Chun tried to wish for 10 more wishes, the notebook revealed its true form, the visage of an evil god. Not only did it strip away his right to wish, it also forced him into a binding soul contract. If he failed to fulfill all 999 of its desires, he would be burned by hellfire until both body and soul were completely destroyed. It turned out the body's original owner was drowning in billions of debt, and in desperation, had drawn a summoning circle on the ground with his own blood, offering his soul and body in exchange for becoming the evil god's servant. In the next instant, a bolt of purple lightning split the silent night sky, striking Zhou Chun down in the center of the circle and knocking him unconscious. When he opened his eyes again, he distinctly remembered working overtime on a project at the office. But the moment he saw an unfamiliar face reflected in the pool of water, he froze, realizing he had transmigrated into this body. Just as Zhou Chun was wondering what kind of world this was, a crimson book suddenly floated before him, claiming it could grant him 3 wishes. His heart skipped a beat. Could this be his golden sheet? But for a main character, weren't 3 wishes a bit stingy? So without hesitation, he made his first wish, for the crimson book to give him 10 more wishes. The moment those words left his mouth, the book erupted with an overwhelming, sinister aura. It then transformed into an evil god, glaring at him. So, it wasn't the contract that went wrong, but a new soul. Zhou Chun's legs gave way, and he slumped to the ground, trembling as he asked what it was and what it meant by contract and soul. The evil god's voice was cold. It said he wasn't worthy to know its true identity, only that the body's original owner had traded his soul and flesh to make a wish. But now, the body that should have been his had been taken over by Zhou Chun, making Zhou Chun its property. That's when Zhou Chun realized this so-called cheat was no gift at all. He'd been brought here as a scapegoat. Buy one, get one free deal. He immediately turned and bolted for the rooftop exit, but the evil god merely snapped its fingers. Instantly, Zhou Chun's body was engulfed in blazing flames. The god mocked, saying that once a contract was set, even the slightest thought of breaking it would result in the most brutal torment. With that, it turned to leave, sneering that human souls were fragile, and telling Zhou Chun to hurry up and die. But as his charred body quivered, Zhou Chun managed to croak out. According to contract law, if a breach is caused by force majeure, the second party is exempt from liability. Right now, you're interfering with my ability to fulfill the contract, so you can't use breach as a reason to kill me. The evil god froze, a flicker of surprise flashing across its face. It hadn't expected a mere human to argue the rules with it. On the verge of being burned to ashes, Zhou Chun spoke calmly. I know you're a powerful being. You could have ended my life instantly, but you didn't. That means you're testing me for a suitable candidate. So, do you think I'm qualified to sign a new contract with you? At those words, the evil god couldn't hide its delight and burst into wild laughter. This was the first human ever to bargain with it. Suddenly, a contract wrapped in flames materialized in the air. The evil god declared that if Zhou Chun could fulfill one wish for it, he would be granted a new life. And that wish was to make 999 wishes. Zhou Chun was speechless. The mighty evil god was shamelessly ripping off his own wish. But at this point, he had no choice. From now on, the evil god was his new boss. The soul contract took effect immediately. Zhou Chun had to grant 999 wishes for the god, and each completed wish might earn him a reward. Afterward, he followed the address engraved on the key to a small apartment door. To his surprise, after signing the contract, the evil god told him he could do whatever he wanted, and it would only appear when it needed him. This confused Zhou Chun. Shouldn't it be working him to death like a slave instead? Lost in thought, he opened the door. Stepping inside, he realized the original owner's family was in even worse shape than he'd imagined. On the table lay a contract that read collateral payment. One-time withdrawal of 2,000 milliliters of blood. At that moment, a metal pipe slammed into the back of Zhou Chen's head. A blonde thug snarled. "Where the hell were you just now? You dare ignore my calls." Zhou Chen then noticed there were 3 people hiding in the room and demanded to know who they were. The blonde kicked him hard in the stomach. "Forgot about the debt you borrowed last week? What? Too drugged up to remember? And where's that old woman who sells blood to pay your debts? Dead in a ditch somewhere." He sneered. "What a joke. Your mom's a real idiot, risking her life to pay off loan shark for trash like you. Garbage is garbage. Born trash, talent trash, and still dreaming about turning your life around. You're in debt up to your neck and barely scraped into being the lowest rank of a messenger." As fists and kicks rained down, fragments of the body's original memories flooded Zhou Chen's mind. As a child, he once told his mother he wanted to give up on becoming a messenger, because in a nightmare, he saw her working herself to exhaustion every day, collapsing in her sleep, never to wake again. He didn't want his mother to live like that, and feared that if he failed to become a messenger, she'd be disappointed. She only smiled and gently stroked his forehead, saying softly, "It's all right. Even if the sky falls, Mom can hold it up." The memory shattered, and a surge of overwhelming power erupted within Zhou Chen. He swung a fist straight into the blonde's face. The thug shot backward like a cannonball, crashing hard into the wall. The mouth that had been spitting insults was now beaten into a bloody mess. The other 2 debt collectors instantly sensed something was wrong. That's because the aura Zhou Chen was giving off now was full of menace, as if he'd suddenly broken through a mental barrier. He glared coldly. What's wrong with someone from the bottom wanting to rise up? The 2 men's faces twisted in anger. An E-rank stage 2 piece of trash like you dares to be cocky. They pulled collapsible batons from their sleeves, deciding to cripple one of his arms and legs on the spot. Zhou Chen, however, was more focused on the changes in his body. Was this messenger and E-rank stage 2? They spoke of referring to this newfound power? Judging by their attitude, their rank had to be higher than his. Suddenly, one of them lunged forward to strike. But in Zhou Chen's eyes, the movement was painfully slow, like a replay in slow motion. With a loud bang, the baton came down, smashing a deep dent into the smooth floor. By then, Zhou Chen was already behind him. His knee rocketed into the man's face. With a sickening thud, the one they called Brother June crumpled to the ground. The remaining debt collector rushed in to back him up, unable to understand. How could an E-rank stage 2 have this kind of speed and power? He thought he'd slipped into Zhou Chen's blind spot, ready to snap his ribs with ease. But Zhou Chen suddenly lashed out with a vicious backward kick. Even though the man managed to block with his baton against Zhou Chen's explosive strength, it was like trying to stop a freight train barehanded. The debt collector couldn't understand how Zhou Chen knew his exact position without even looking. He quickly begged for mercy, saying they were only following orders, that Lin Yu had sent them to collect the debt. Zhou Chen's expression was full of disdain. "I'll pay the debt. Just don't bother me again. Take your people and get out." Hearing this, the man hastily dragged his 2 companions away. Zhou Chen then looked up toward the ceiling. "Boss, you were watching, weren't you?" At his words, the evil god appeared in the form of the Crimson booK, smirking. "Sensing my presence, your instincts are sharp." Zhou Chen smiled faintly. "I felt a strange power in my body just now. Figured it had to be you helping me in secret." The evil god nodded with satisfaction. "That's right. If I hadn't lent you a bit of my power, you'd probably be pulp by now. You should be grateful." Zhou Chen's eyes lit up. "I knew it. You really are my golden cheat. If you can lend me power whenever I need it, then I'll never have to fear anyone." The god rolled its eyes. "My power isn't something a mortal like you can use freely. You just got lucky this time. It didn't exceed your limit. Otherwise, you'd have dropped dead before they even touched you." Zhou Chen frowned. "So working for you comes with no benefits at all? Think about it. If I got stronger, wouldn't it be easier to fulfill your wishes?" The god closed its eyes. "Don't worry. According to our contract, I'll give you a useful reward. But as for borrowing my power, forget it, unless you want to die faster." It then regarded Zhou Chen silently, a thought forming in its mind. This boy was truly unexpected. Not only did he handle the borrowed power better than imagined, he controlled it with surprising stability. Could he be my fated one? Zhou Chan then asked, "So, have you decided on a second wish?" The god shook its head. "I've already made more than enough wishes. When the time is right, you'll understand. For now, your time is yours to spend." This unreliable boss left Zhou Chen speechless. He knew nothing about this world and had hoped the evil god would make a wish first to give him some direction. But clearly, that wasn't going to happen. He pulled out the phone from his pocket. If he was going to live in place of the original owner, he needed to understand his situation. But the messages were all debt collection notices and online orders for supplements. So being a messenger really cost this much? There wasn't a single text from family. Then one message stopped him cold. It was from the original owner's sister, sent yesterday. "Mom's in a coma. Get to Tianlan Hospital now." He quickly changed into clean clothes and rushed to the hospital. Pushing open the ward door, he saw his sister quietly sitting at their mother's bedside. The heavy, awkward tension in the room made it hard for him to breathe. And really, missing something this important, anyone would be furious. The girl with the long braid was his sister, Zhou Yueqin. And lying in the hospital bed, pale as paper, was his mother. She was nothing like the hopeful woman in his memories. Was all of this because of him? Zhou Chen stepped forward and spoke first. "Sorry I'm late. How's Mom?" Zhou Yueqin's face darkened. "What's your excuse this time? Training? A breakthrough? Or too busy summoning gods and doing something big? Do you even know that Mom worked herself to the brink just to pay off your debts?" Her voice broke into a near shout. "Why couldn't you even visit her once? She's given you everything. Our whole family gave everything to you. She couldn't even afford intensive care because she was paying your debts. She survived on sheer willpower. Mom almost died, do you get that?" After letting it all out, Zhou Yueqin slumped in her chair. She placed a bank card on the table. "That's your living expenses for the next 6 months. From now on, I'll take care of Mom. It has nothing to do with you. And your debts? You pay them yourself. We're done helping you." Zhou Chen's heart trembled, and he opened his mouth to explain, but his sister cut him off coldly. From now on, we're no longer family. A short while later, Zhou Chen left the hospital and headed home. The evil god appeared beside him again. "I can feel your anxiety. That woman's words at you this hard? She's practically a stranger to you. And besides, none of this is your fault." Zhou Chen gave a faint, wry smile. "Didn't think you knew how to comfort people. I'm fine. It's just, she reminded me of the past. Back then, I was the same, wanted to say something, but not able to get a single word out." Sensing the mood turning heavy, the god shut its eyes and scoffed. "I couldn't care less. Just don't let this get in the way of my wishes." Zhou Chen's gaze hardened again. "You said if I prove my value, you'd help me get stronger, right? If I'm strong enough, I can make up for all of this, right?" The evil god's tone was certain. "Of course. But first, you'll have to show me your worth." It watched his back as he walked away, a thought lingering. "A destiny point, huh? Don't disappoint me, boy." Meanwhile, at the pharmaceutical club, Loan Shark Lin Yu was discussing business with his men. "Contact the crew over there. Tell them to speed up the repairs. The higher-ups won't wait forever." One of his men nodded quickly, then added, "Boss, there's something else. We found out that over in Zone A, the collection didn't go smoothly. 3 of our guys got taken down by a student." Lin Yu let out a cold snort. "That area is not even due for collection yet. Those idiots must have been trying to skim something for themselves. It's clowns like them that make fewer people come to me for loans. Handle it by the rules." His man hesitated. "I'll punish them, but this one's different." Among the 3 were an E-rank stage 3 and an E-rank stage 2 messenger. But according to them, they were beaten by a student who just broken through to E-rank stage 2. Lin Yu's interest was piqued. He took the detailed report on Zhou Chen from his subordinate. After reading it, he raised an eyebrow. A mere stage 2 student taking down both stage 3 and stage 2 opponents? Even the weakest stage 3 could handle 10 stage 2s. The gap between ranks isn't something you bridge with skill alone. Lin Yu suspected Zhou Chun had been hiding the strength of a stage 3, smirking to himself. Interesting. He immediately ordered his men to keep a close watch on Zhou Chun. Talent like this couldn't be wasted. Over the next few days, Zhou Chun spent his time adapting to his new body and researching. With the partial memories he'd inherited, he gained a decent understanding of this world's basics. He learned that people here regularly took special supplements to gain extraordinary power. These enhanced individuals were called messengers, but the drugs needed to become one were incredibly expensive, explaining why the original owner had fallen into such heavy debt. Although he didn't know the absolute limit of a messenger, even the lowest ranked ones were far stronger than normal humans. No wonder people spent fortunes trying to become one. At that moment, his phone buzzed in his pocket. Answering the call, he was met with the class monitor's furious yelling. His leave was over, and he was to get back to class immediately. That's when Zhou Chun remembered he was still a student. Slinging his bag over his shoulder, he rushed to Light Bath High School. In class, from the teacher's lecture, he learned that a messenger's status was determined by strength and ranked by titles. These range from the lowest E rank to the highest S rank, and one had to reach the peak of their current rank before breaking through to the next. It was said that an S rank messenger was no different from a god. To match this power, the world was divided into 5 societal tiers. Ordinary people and E ranks occupied the 5th, called the outer layer, representing the bottom of society. The 4th tier and above formed the city core, symbolizing power and influence, with D rank being the bare minimum to enter. As a lowly E rank, Zhou Chun knew that to gain more resources, he had to reach the city core. For now, the priority was to grow stronger as quickly as possible. After class, the teacher announced that for PE they'd be holding a test, telling everyone to change and meet on the field. On the field, Zhou Chun couldn't help but marvel. Messenger department students had physical training for half the day. This was living the dream. But before he could enjoy the thought, someone called his name from behind. The next moment, someone grabbed his collar and started taunting. "Zhou Chun, a few days away and you're acting all high and mighty? Good written scores won't save you. Planning to talk your enemies into surrendering. Messengers live and die by strength. And you're just a stage 1 piece of trash." Zhou Chun shot back coldly. "By that logic, you're just a stage 1 piece of trash too, aren't you?" Zhou Chun's words left the gray-haired boy completely speechless. In a fit of impotent rage, the boy swung a fist at Zhou Chun, trying to salvage some pride. But that soft, sluggish punch couldn't possibly hurt him. The gray-haired boy froze. He couldn't break free, and it even looked like Zhou Chun had somehow grown taller. Zhou Chun looked down at him with icy eyes. "Didn't you just say strength is everything? Then does that mean I can rip your mouth apart right now?" Before the words could sink in, a crushing aura slammed down over the entire field. The sheer pressure made it impossible for Zhou Chun to move another inch. The source of it was none other than his PE teacher, Tian Jijia. "Zhou Chun, you've barely been back, and you're already making trouble?" Zhou Chun put on a friendly smile, explaining that he was just having a friendly spar with a classmate. Tian Jijia snorted coldly, warning him that next time there would be punishment, then ordering all students to gather for the test. "Listen up, you've only got 3 months until the graduation exam. And after that, the real deal, the district exchange tournament. If you place well, you'll bring honor to the school and have a shot at getting into a top academy. To make sure you're in peak form, I've secured imported A-brand beginner supplements, only 6,000 each, to help you crush your scores." Students began their pull-up test. Those without supplements could barely manage 20-something reps. Those who took them easily pushed past 50 in one go. Zhou Chun was surprised. The test for messengers was this simple. He'd expected something far more unique. As he pondered, the class monitor walked up beside him. "Zhou Chun, are you all right? You suddenly took several days off. I thought something happened to you." She added shyly, "It's not like I'm trying to pry, but with graduation so close, it's unusual for you to take time off, so I was just curious." The class monitor asked, "By the way, aren't you going to buy the teacher's supplement?" Zhou Chun shook his head slightly. saying he didn't have the money. Seriously? Everyone else is buying these expensive supplements. Am I the only broke messenger here? She was about to warn him about the consequences of not buying, when Tianjijia called her name for the test. Even after taking the supplement, her score still didn't reach the passing line. But since she had just bought 2 bottles, Tianjijia changed her score to pass anyway. That's when Zhou Chun realized the pricey supplements weren't just about boosting performance. They also bought you special treatment from the teacher. With graduation coming up, it made sense students wanted better scores, but with his current strength, he didn't need them. Soon, Tianjijia called Zhou Chen's name. Seeing that he wasn't on the purchase list, the teacher decided to quietly deduct points to make him fail, hoping to pressure more students into buying. Zhou Chun strapped on the weighted wrist guards for the test, seeing nothing unusual about the pull-up bar in front of him. But the moment he jumped up and grabbed it, his body suddenly felt heavier, and the harder he pulled, the heavier it got. Clearly, the crystal embedded in the wrist guards was to blame. Still, the added weight had a limit, and with his current power, adapting to it was easy. With 200 pounds of extra weight, he began to test exactly where his limits lay. The watching students couldn't believe their eyes, because with the wrist guards maxed out, Zhou Chun still cranked out nearly 100 pull-ups in one go. As soon as Zhou Chun dropped from the pull-up bar, a crowd of students swarmed him. They said his score could easily land him in the elite class and bombarded him with questions. When had he broken through to stage 2 and what brand of supplements he used? PE teacher Tianjijia was just as shocked. How had this kid's physical ability improved so drastically? Had he used an enhancer? But enhancers were far too expensive for the average person, and using them here would be absurd. Could it be he had actually advanced to stage 2 on his own over the past few days? If the students learned they could level up without supplements, how was he going to sell them? Tianjijia sneered inwardly. So you think reaching stage 2 makes you hot stuff? Cutting into my profits. I'll make sure you get a proper lesson in how the real world works. Meanwhile, in the principal's office, the principal had just received word that the stage 2 category in the exchange tournament was being canceled. The reason, government demand for more elite messengers, meant subsidies would only go to top-ranked schools. That left the principal deeply troubled. The elite classes' supplements and equipment required massive funding, and the school was barely sustaining a stage 2 standard. With only 3 months left until the exchange tournament, where could they find a stage 3 student? If they pooled all resources into one candidate, maybe they could gamble on producing a stage 3, but it would mean cutting a lot of average students loose. He stared at the black crystal in his cabinet. Senior, what should I do? Is Light Messenger Academy doomed to fall during my term? At that moment, Tianjijia entered and handed over the test results, smiling as he said the students were doing well and would become fine messengers. But one glance at the sheet made the principal's face darken. Almost everyone was still stage 1, nowhere near exchange tournament material. Seeing this, Tianjijia casually mentioned that there was one student who wasn't fit to remain a messenger. Moments later, Zhou Chun received a summons to meet with the principal alone. He was baffled. He couldn't recall doing anything wrong. Worse, he'd heard the principal was notoriously strict. If he was calling Zhou Chun in, it definitely wasn't for small talk. All he could do was hope it wasn't bad news. But the moment his hand touched the office door handle, flames suddenly burst forth. The evil god's voice echoed in his mind. This is what I meant by a wish that triggers under certain conditions. The evil god was certain its target was nearby. If you don't want to burn, go find it. Now, Zhou Chun stepped into the office, surprised. The thing the evil god wanted was actually here with the principal. The principal looked him over and spoke in a low, steady tone. Zhou Chun, right? Your physical report looks good, close to stage 2. That's worth acknowledging. As for skipping class, talking back to teachers, and fighting classmates, I get it. Young men are hot-blooded, but none of that matters. Do you know what's most important for a messenger? Money. That's why I think you should give up being one. Zhou Chun frowned. You're saying I'm not suited to be a messenger. Are you telling me to drop out? The principal nodded. The cost of advancing as a messenger is astronomical. With your family situation, it's better to cut your losses now rather than spend everything and end up stuck in the middle. In truth, the principal knew Zhou Qin's grades could get him into the elite class. But with the school's survival on the line, he'd rather use the spot on a more valuable candidate. If they could produce even one stage 3 student before the exchange tournament, the school might survive. After a long pause, the principal said, "If you agree, I can refund your tuition today. Starting tomorrow, you won't have to come back. What do you say?" At that moment, the evil god behind Zhou Chun suddenly lit up. "Kid, I found the target. Get it for me." Zhou Chun rolled his eyes. "Can't you see I'm in trouble here? Why don't you get it yourself?" The god replied, "If I could, I would have already. The contract says I can only claim something that fully belongs to you. So, no matter what, you need to make it yours." Zhou Qin quickly assessed the situation. "To pay off my debts, I have to make it into the city core. But to get there, I need to reach D rank and have a messenger graduation certificate. This is the only messenger academy in the city. If I want that certificate and the stone the boss wants, I can't let myself get expelled. This isn't checkmate yet. As far as I know, the highest any student here has ever reached is E2. To the school, anyone above stage 2 would be priceless. Which means if I can boost my rank beyond E2 right now." With that thought, he spoke to the evil god in his mind. "Boss, you said before that I'd get a reward to help fulfill the wishes, right? If you haven't decided yet, can I choose it myself?" The god seemed to realize his intent, a bead of cold sweat forming. "You can, but don't tell me you're planning to." Zhou Qin's answer was firm. "That's right. I want my reward to be borrowing your power." The god immediately snapped. "Kid, I already told you. This body of yours can't handle more of my power. The only reason you didn't burst last time was dumb luck. Think of another way." But Zhou Qin's tone was resolute. "I can't get expelled here. If I'm kicked out now, who knows how long it'll take for me to get another shot at the city core. And if that happens, your wishes might never be fulfilled. Trust me, boss." The god was momentarily taken aback by his determination. After a pause, a blazing flame formed before Zhou Qin's eyes. "The contract holder grants the contractor a reward, the right to borrow the contract holder's power anytime, anywhere. All consequences will be borne by the contractor." Meanwhile, the principal noticed Zhou Qin standing there in silence and urged him, "Well, do you have something else to say?" Zhou Qin calmly made his final request. "I'd like you to personally test my rank before deciding whether I should stay or leave." The principal thought it was just a desperate last attempt and waved his hand. "Just shake my hand. That's enough to complete the test." As soon as their palms met, the principal sensed a stage 2 level, slightly higher than the report suggested, but still far from enough. What a pity. At that moment, Zhou Qin closed his eyes, focusing entirely on gathering power. "I only have one shot at this. I don't know how high I can go, but I need to draw out as much as I can." In an instant, an overwhelming surge of power erupted from within Zhou Qin, flowing straight into the principal's palm. The principal's expression shifted from calm to shock to outright horror in a heartbeat. Even the evil god hadn't expected it. Zhou Qin's outburst was stronger than the power it had granted him. The principal jerked his hand away and stumbled back several steps. Impossible. His level, it just shot up to stage 4. Then, joy replaced his shock. A miracle. "Zhou Qin, you must represent our school in the district exchange tournament." The sudden shift in attitude left Zhou Qin stunned. As it turned out, the school had been at the bottom of the rankings for years, and if they failed to produce good results again, the education department would cut off all funding. That was why the principal had planned to expel average students and focus resources on the most promising ones. But now, Zhou Qin's stage 4 power had rekindled his hope for a comeback. To make amends for the earlier misunderstanding, the principal said, "Your tuition will be waived. Once you transfer to the elite class, your weekly allowance of beginner star energy supplements will go from 3 bottles to 6. If you have any other needs, the school will do its best to meet them. Zhou Qin, a student like you would be welcomed anywhere. But I sincerely hope you'll consider representing our school in the exchange tournament. I'm not exaggerating. Your decision could determine the very survival of this academy. Zhou Chun understood just how important the tournament was to the principal. Otherwise, he wouldn't be offering so much at once. Testing the waters, he asked, "And what if I wanted that black crystal in your cabinet?" The principal glanced at the dark gem behind him. It was crafted from a rare star crystal brought back from the middle layer by the previous principal. It doesn't have much practical use, but it's been a symbol of the school's spirit. Still, if the school can't be saved, what's the point of a symbol? If you can truly secure our future, giving it to you would be only right. With the principal's agreement, Zhou Chun thumped his chest. "Rest assured, principal, I'll give my all in the exchange tournament." Pleased, the principal nevertheless asked curiously, "By the way, Zhou Chun, how did your level jump so drastically?" Zhou Chun replied calmly, "It's part of my special training, learning to hide my true strength. In battle, it's a tactic to confuse opponents. I'd appreciate it if you kept my actual level a secret." The principal's eyes grew moist. Hiding one's rank, a strategy messengers developed to mislead enemies in combat. "I never imagined someone so young would already have such foresight." He assured him, "Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. It's good to know the future will be in the hands of young people like you." He then called in a teacher, instructing them to escort Zhou Chun to the elite class immediately and to provide supplements according to the updated quota. The teacher led Zhou Chun up to the second floor. This entire floor belonged to the elite class. "Zhou Chun, just come with me to register. By the way, what's your relationship with the principal? I've never seen him this happy before." Zhou Chun replied casually, "We just get along." Before he could say more, teacher Tianjijia, the one who'd reported him to the principal, suddenly rushed over. He put on an over-the-top performance, wailing, "Zhou Chun, I did my best to plead with the principal for you, but sadly, I couldn't change his mind. Even if your grades are average, every student deserves the right to study. I hope that after you drop out, you'll keep working hard and not bow to reality." The female teacher leading Zhou Chun looked at him in shock. "Drop out? What are you talking about?" "Zhou Chun's transferring to the elite class tomorrow. I'm taking him to register now. As for you, Mr. Tianjijia, the principal wants to see you." And he looked very angry. That evening, Zhou Chun lay back on his bed with a heavy sigh. From stage 2 to stage 4 in 3 months? Even rich prodigies spend a fortune and plenty of time to go up just one stage. How's a broke guy like me supposed to climb to in 3 months? He asked the evil god, "Boss, is there any way to just level up in one go?" The god shot him down. "Nope. If you want my help again, you'll have to fulfill one of my wishes first. You've only yourself to blame for choosing that reward. And don't say I didn't warn you. My power won't last long before people start noticing." Zhou Chun knew full well he wasn't dumb enough to rely on borrowed power in the actual tournament. Either way, I'm not expelled, and I'm getting free supplements. That's already a huge step up from where I started. Leveling up can wait. The real priority right now is figuring out how to make some money. The next morning, Zhou Chun arrived at the elite class. But what greeted him was a gate so run down it looked like the entrance to an abandoned factory. Desolate was putting it kindly, just as he wondered if he'd come to the wrong place. A voice called out, "You're Zhou Chun, right?" A man waved energetically at him. "Over here. I didn't see you during roll call just now, so I figured you might have gotten lost. I'm responsible for the entire elite class, so if there's anything I overlook, I hope you'll forgive me. I'm your homeroom teacher. Just call me Mr. Zhang." Zhou Chun hadn't expected the elite class teacher to be so easygoing. "You're too kind, Mr. Zhang. But when you say you're responsible for the whole class, does that mean there are no other teachers?" Mr. Zhang smiled wryly. "We do have 3 teachers for the academic subjects, but I'm the only one handling the training courses. The number of students has been dropping for years, and those qualified for the elite class are even rarer. Naturally, we haven't hired new staff. We hold our lessons and training in the innermost area. The outer section has been in use for years, left to decay into what you see now." Zhou Chun now understood. This school really was in bad shape. No wonder the principal was so desperate. Mr. Zhang pushed open the door with a smile. "But don't worry. Even a starved camel is bigger than a horse. I'm sure this place won't disappoint you. He led Zhou Chun into the elite class training hall. Zhou Chun's eyes roamed over the students inside. As expected of the elite class, this place is nothing like the field downstairs. It's practically a high-end gym. The students all looked focused on their training, but Zhou Chun couldn't shake the feeling that there was something tense in the air. Mr. Zhang soon called for everyone to gather. Let me give a proper introduction to our new classmate. This is Zhou Chun. He may have joined a bit late, but the elite class only values strength. For him to be here, he must have skills of his own. I hope you'll all get along. But from the crowd came a sharp, mocking voice. Strength? I doubt it. If you got in through connections, just admit it. Talking about strength, aren't you afraid of dragging down the elite class? Mr. Zhang's face darkened. Watch your mouth. Zhou Chun entered through the proper channels. Stop spreading rumors. Ma Wenhao puffed out his chest with a smug grin. Rumor or not, we'll know soon enough. I'm officially challenging Zhou Chun. Do you dare accept? That "do you dare" instantly stirred a buzz across the training hall. An official challenge meant going all out, and the loser had to serve the winner without complaint. With Ma Wenhao being one of the top fighters in class, everyone saw this as picking on the new guy. The chatter caught the attention of a blonde-haired boy nearby. A pink-haired girl explained with a grin, the transfer student's about to fight Ma Wenhao. Even the blonde, usually indifferent to anything outside, was now curious. Mr. Zhang quickly tried to mediate. An official challenge won't count unless the other side accepts. But before he could finish, Zhou Chun replied, if it's just a friendly spar without risking lives, I'll take it. Truth was, he wanted to test his skills against a top student to prepare for the upcoming exchange match. Meanwhile, in the principal's office, the principal had just taken a call from Mr. Zhang. You're saying Zhou Chun's gotten into a fight? Mr. Zhang sounded anxious. More precisely, Ma Wenhao challenged him to an official duel, and Zhou Chun agreed. Now neither of them will back down, and the whole class is watching. I can't calm things down. After a moment's thought, the principal approved the match and asked Mr. Zhang to set up the arena. He, too, wanted to see what Zhou Chun could really do. A few minutes later, Mr. Zhang stepped onto the stage as referee. The rules are the same as the exchange matches. The arena is for the two fighters only, no outside interference. Anyone breaking the rule will be expelled. Both must fight at the same rank. No cross-rank challenges allowed. Mr. Zhang added, this is a friendly spar. No strikes to vital areas, no killing blows, and absolutely no retaliation afterward. A clean hit to the face or voluntary surrender means defeat. With his command, the match officially began. Ma Wenhao lunged forward, aiming to end the fight with one swift, decisive move. His hand shot out toward Zhou Chun's neck. But Zhou Chun had anticipated it, catching his wrist mid-strike. Ma Wenhao followed up with a flurry of aggressive attacks. Each one was dodged or deflected with ease. Seeking an opening, Ma Wenhao suddenly threw a straight kick. At the last second, he twisted his body, changing the kick's trajectory. A combat technique, hooking wind kick, caught Zhou Chun off guard, nearly knocking him off balance. Zhou Chun only cast him a cold glance. Then he planted a palm on the ground and pushed off with explosive force. Spinning midair, he slammed his foot into the side of Ma Wenhao's head. The blow left Ma Wenhao frozen in place. When he snapped out of it, a fist was already hovering against his cheek. Zhou Chun lightly tapped his face and withdrew his hand. A hit to the face counts as a win, right? Guess that makes it mine. Ma Wenhao's usual arrogance vanished. Only shock remained on his face. Seeing this, Mr. Zhang immediately announced to the crowd, Zhou Chun wins the match. Even now, Ma Wenhao refused to believe he had actually lost to the new guy. The classmates who were just heckling a moment ago now gasped in awe. I didn't even see what happened. This transfer student is insane. The match ended so quickly that Zhou Chun hadn't even warmed up, though he did manage to get a feel for the fight. Mr. Zhang swallowed hard. Ma Wenhao's had professional training, yet he was crushed this badly? Zhou Chun might lack formal techniques, but his physical strength and reflexes were outstanding. Purely a natural fighter. No wonder the principal told him to keep a close eye on this one. Meanwhile, the principal had quietly appeared at the edge of the arena. Nicely done. Zhou Chun, step outside for a moment. I've got something to tell you in private. Watching Zhou Chun leave, the pink-haired girl whispered excitedly. Did you see that? The transfer student is crazy strong. The blonde boy narrowed his eyes. A guy this strong. We've got to recruit him into our crew. Elsewhere, the principal asked, so, getting used to life in the advanced class? Zhou Chun replied, it's great, though the classmates are a bit too enthusiastic. Strong fighters always get more attention. You'll get used to it. For now, just focus on training. If you need anything, the school will help however it can. Zhou Chun thought for a moment. The principal seemed to trust him now. Maybe it was a good time to ask about making money. Principal, is there any way for a student to earn money quickly? The principal patted his shoulder firmly. At your age, don't overthink it. Focus on your training. If your family's struggling, the school can front you some money. Earn big later, that's what matters. After the principal left, Zhou Chun returned to the advanced class and resumed training. As Zhou Chun trained, he thought to himself, if the school catches me taking a student loan, the punishment will be harsh. Better be careful. And where can I even learn ways to make money? Just then, the blonde boy walked over. Zhou Chun gave him a puzzled look. Throwing an arm over Zhou Chun's shoulder, the blonde grinned. That match was awesome. Even got the principal to talk to you in person. Who are you really? Before Zhou Chun could respond, a girl's voice cut in. Shunjiarue. That's way too rude. It was the pink-haired girl. She smiled apologetically at Zhou Chun. Sorry, he's been like this since we were kids, but he means no harm. I'm Su Xiaoxia, and this guy's Shunjiarue. Technically, he's your senior here. If you've got questions, just ask us anytime. Shunjiarue shamelessly declared. Then from now on, we're a three-man squad. As the leader, I'll take good care of you. He then asked curiously, you transferred up from the lower floor, right? Where'd you learn that combat skill you used just now? Zhou Chun looked confused. What's a combat skill? Shunjiarue's eyes went wide. You don't know? Then that move you used to drop Ma, when how was? Zhou Chun replied, just instinct. I don't know anything about combat skills. Shunjiarue's face lit up with admiration. Damn, that was brutal. If Ma Wenhao knew, he'd lose his mind. Ever since he learned that combat skill, he's been showing off nonstop. Su Xiaoxia explained, combat skills are powerful techniques that envoys can learn from scrolls or memory stones. The more you master them, the stronger they get. There are many types, and skilled fighters mix and match them to suit their style. Shunjiarue added, that kick Ma Wenhao used on you was a D-rank combat skill called Wind Hook Kick. Zhou Chun thought, no wonder I couldn't block that kick. If I had a combat skill too, my chances in the exchange match would be much higher. He asked, are combat skills rare? Shunjiarue nodded. Pretty much. They're ranked by level. The stronger, the rarer. Basic ones the school teaches. But strong ones? You have to buy them or get them from a big shot willing to share. Right now, even a basic D-rank costs around 500,000. Su Xiaoxia and Shunjiarue both said they had combat skills. Shunjiarue even grinned. We should spar sometime. Let Zhou Chun see what real skill looks like. Zhou Chun felt a heavy blow to his pride. Combat skills worth $500,000? And they acted like it was nothing. No wonder, tuition for the elite class was sky high. These really were all rich kids. A thought struck him. If they were this wealthy, maybe he could get a tip on how to make quick cash. So he asked directly, if I want to buy a combat skill, but I'm short on money, is there a way to make a lot in a short time? No limits. Anything goes. Shunjiarue thought for a moment. No limits, fast cash, that'd have to be the Miracle Grounds, Blackwater District. Su Xiaoxia instantly punched him in the head. Don't mislead him. If a teacher heard you say that, you'd be hauled in for a lecture. Shunjiarue chuckled awkwardly. Just kidding. Sure, they say anything's possible there, but the school forbids students from going. Get caught, and you're expelled on the spot. Just treat it as a story. Then he asked, so how much are you short for that skill? Zhou Chun calmly replied, about 300,000. That number left both of them stunned. They whispered to each other, realizing they didn't have nearly enough to help him. Zhou Chun thought to himself, Blackwater District, huh? Worth a shot. After school, I'll check it out. That night, he followed the navigation to Heishui Road. Standing before the dilapidated surroundings, he confirmed this was it. The Blackwater District, just a few minutes' ride from his house. If he went home and changed out of his school uniform, it'd be harder for anyone to recognize him. He casually asked, "Boss, what do you think it's like inside?" No reply. He frowned. "Was no one here?" "Forget it. The outer zone's keepers aren't high level. At borrowed power level 4, I can run if things go south." Still, the place looked like it had been abandoned for years. Was there really anything miraculous inside? Then he spotted footprints, fresh ones, signs of people walking back and forth. Following the trail, he found a door. A secret passage? Interesting. He headed straight for it, unaware that several figures had appeared behind him. Their eyes glowed blood red, locked on his back. Clueless, Zhou stepped into the underground passage. What he saw made him gasp. This was the Miracle Grounds, Blackwater District. Filthy streets lined with huddled vagrants and shady figures trading drugs in the shadows. No wonder no one likes to talk about this place. It's basically a lawless zone. As long as there's profit, anything can be done. Maybe this really is a way to get the money before the repayment date. Suddenly, Zhou felt a strange presence. He spun around and said coldly, "How long do you plan on following me?" 3 men emerged from the shadows. The gray-haired leader smirked. "Sharp instincts, kid. I was planning to knock you out and drag you away quietly, but since you noticed, guess you will just have to suffer a bit." Zhou frowned. "Why knock me out?" The man licked his lips and sneered. "Still pretending? I've seen plenty like you. Rich brats in disguise, here for some thrill. Kidnap you, and the ransom will be worth a fortune." Hith. Zhou was speechless. What kind of twisted logic was this? The gray-haired man patted his cheek and said darkly, "Scared stiff? Good. I'm an Oracle-class fighter. You can't escape me. Play nice, pay the ransom, and maybe I'll let you live." Zhou face darkened. "That's pretty rude, old man." Before the man could react, Zhou slapped him so hard he collapsed to the ground. The 2 underlings froze for a second, then shouted, "Boss, you okay?" They pulled out knives, snarling, "Bastard, attacking our boss when he wasn't ready? You're dead." With blades raised, they charged straight at Zhou, murderous intent radiating off them. Just as the knives were about to strike, 2 wooden crates came flying from a distance. They crashed right onto the heads of the 2 attackers with a loud thud. The next second, a shadow darted in front of Zhou. The figure grabbed his hand without hesitation. It was a girl wearing a baseball cap. She said quickly, "Come with me." Before Zhou could react, she was already pulling him away at full speed. Once they reached a safe spot, Zhou caught his breath and thanked her. Thanks for saving me. I was actually planning to ask those guys something." To his surprise, the girl seemed to recognize him. "You're Zhou. What are you doing here?" The moment she said it, she realized she was supposed to be keeping her identity hidden. Zhou looked puzzled. "You know me?" The girl studied him with surprise. "Huh, you don't remember me?" She quickly covered. "I just saw your name on your collar." Zhou glanced down and realized his name was indeed printed there. "Thanks for the reminder. I didn't even notice. Good thing you're not someone who actually knows me." The girl let out a quiet sigh of relief. "Phew, almost forgot I can't reveal my identity. At least I played it off." She warned him, "In the Blackwater District, never expose your personal information so casually. It's dangerous. Let me get you out of here." Zhou quickly waved her off. "And no, it's fine. I've got something urgent to take care of. Gotta go." He thought to himself, "If she finds out I'm a student, I'm done for. Better get out fast." The girl watched his back as he left, frowning. It's been years, but that's definitely Zhou. Am I wrong? Or is he just pretending not to remember me? He's a student. So what's he doing in a place like this? She glanced down at the hand that had pulled him to safety earlier, remembering the feel of it. He's become an invoker too? Not long after, Zhou spent 10 yuan on a mask to hide his identity. With the mask on, he thought this should do the trick. No one will recognize me now. But after wandering around for so long, he still hadn't found a way to make money. Just then, A man's voice called from behind. "Hey kid, you don't look like you're from around here." The man grinned. "Think of me as your tour guide. I know everything there is to know about this place. Whatever you need, just ask." Zhou Chun hesitated. "Oh, then tell me, anywhere nearby where I can make quick cash." The man's eyes lit up, his grin widening. "Of course. Follow me." Inwardly, he was already celebrating. Another head fee in the bag. Before long, they arrived at a secluded spot. It turned out to be an underground boxing arena. Zhou Chun looked at the ring and asked, "This is an underground fight club?" The man grinned and nodded. "Exactly. If you want fast cash, this is the place to be." The man went on. "Tonight's a special event. The winner not only gets the prize money, but also a cut from the betting pool. Plenty of messengers came just for this fight. It's thrilling and the stakes are high. Now's the perfect time to join." Zhou Chun studied the fighter in the ring. The guy looked fierce, but was clearly just at E rank, level 1. His eyes drifted to the prize money displayed on the screen. "Maybe this is my chance. So, if you're in, I can take you to get some chips right now," the man urged. Zhou Chun shook his head. "Forget the chips. I'd rather just take the prize money." The man froze, staring in disbelief. "What's with this kid?" Just then, the girl arrived at the underground arena, scanning the crowd. Her eyes landed on the ring, and she muttered in shock, "Why is he up there?" Zhou Chun was in the ring, trading blows with another fighter. "Don't think 2 wins make you a big shot," his opponent roared. "I'm Jericho, the seeded champion of this tournament. Remember my name." Before he could finish, Zhou Chun's fist smashed straight into his face. One punch, that's all it took. Jericho dropped to the mat, unconscious and unmoving. Zhou Chun's voice was cold as he called out, "Quick fights only. Who's next?" A fierce, bald brute stepped into the ring, barking, "Remember my name, so you'll know who killed you." But before he could savor his swagger, Zhou Chun's punch sent him flying across the mat. Talk about instant karma. The next fighter who climbed up froze in terror, trembling as he shouted, "I surrender." In the control room, the boss stared at the monitors, utterly stunned. "We only let him in because he looked weak. How did it turn out like this?" A subordinate rushed in. "Boss, the fighters we planned to sign have all fled. The guests think we're rigging the matches and are demanding refunds. If this keeps up, the arena's finished. No way we're letting that kid walk out with the prize money. Hey, add one more match. Release that guy," the boss snarled. Just as Zhou Chun thought he'd beaten every fighter and could walk away with the prize, the announcer's voice boomed over the speakers. "Huh, this challenger is unstoppable. But surely you all aren't satisfied yet? Let's give the crowd what they want. One more truly thrilling fight." Zhou Chun's expression darkened. He knew now they'd never planned to pay him from the start. Then, with a heavy clang, the staff pulled open a reinforced steel door. And now, the announcer roared, "Let's welcome our hidden main event." Zhou Chun's eyes narrowed sharply. What he saw next was horrifying. In the center of the ring, a monster bound in thick chains was dragged into view, the deformed one. Knifelin. With heavy metallic clicks, the locks were released one by one. Knifelin's body crashed onto the mat with a thud. A second later, its eyes snapped open, revealing a face so twisted and grotesque it sent chills through the crowd. In the stands, a young couple froze in terror. The man forced a brave tone. "Don't worry, I've got you." The girl flinched, recognition flashing in her eyes. She knew Knifelin. What is something like that doing here? Her mind raced. This thing is way beyond Zhou Chun's level. I could get him out of here, but that would blow my cover and my entire plan would be ruined. Zhou Chun's brows furrowed. Damn it. And the boss is nowhere to be seen. This opponent was nothing like the human fighters before. This thing wasn't even human. The moment its gaze locked onto him, it was like prey caught in a predator's sights. Even standing still, the tension was suffocating. His instinct screamed, this thing was lethal. In the blink of an eye, Knifelin lunged at him like a shadow. A thin red line split open across Zhou Chun's neck, warm blood trickling down. So fast, if not for his reflexive dodge, that strike would have ended him. It's really trying to kill me. His eyes turned cold. Zhou Qin clamped down hard on Knifelin's arms. There could be no mercy here. A single mistake would mean death. The strength, it's insane. He gritted his teeth. This thing's too dangerous. I need to end this fast. Without hesitation, he triggered his force-borrowing technique, his energy spiking as he jumped from E2 straight to E4. Zhou Qin slammed both fists down, hammering Knifelin with all his strength. As the monster lay motionless on the mat, he thought, is it over? Did I just take down this humanoid freak? Before the thought could settle, Knifelin exploded back to life, its hands morphing into a jagged bone blade, thrusting straight for Zhou Qin. Luckily, his reflexes kicked in just in time, barely dodging the killing blow. No way. Zhou Qin's heart sank. Even his strongest strike had barely scratched it. Thick hide, razor claws. This was a losing game in close combat. He needed a weapon. Before he could plan his next move, Knifelin lunged at him again. This time, Zhou Qin was ready. He drove a punch straight into its bone blade, shattering it in half. In one swift motion, he snatched the broken shard from the air. The next second, steel met flesh as he slashed across Knifelin's neck. TCH, too shallow. Still, it proved one thing. The monster could be hurt. If I could just get in one more time, I can finish it. Suddenly, a thick mist burst from Knifelin's body, swallowing the ring hole. Poison gas. Zhou Qin sniffed, frowning. No, just regular fog. But then his eyes sharpened. A slash came out of nowhere, grazing his waist. One step slower and he would have been cut clean in half. Blind in the mist, he was forced onto the defensive, relying only on instinct and hearing. His opponent was deliberately keeping movements small, burning his stamina while avoiding any openings. No, even if I survive this, once my borrowed strength runs out, I'm done. I have to end this now. No matter what, I have to pin down its location. Zhou Qin forced himself to stay calm. Fear would only get him killed. He pushed every sense in his body to the limit. Finally, through the haze, he caught sight of a faint green blur. He exploded forward, charging straight at it. His hand clamped down on Knifelin's arm like an iron vise. With a flash of cold steel, he sliced the limb clean off. Knifelin's scream tore through the fog. Zhou Qin pressed the advantage. When the enemy's hurt, you finish the job. But suddenly, his heart began to pound violently. A sharp pain shot through his chest. His borrowed strength was about to run out. In that split second of distraction, the monster batted his weapon out of his hands. Before he could recover, a slick, whip-like tongue lashed out toward him. The tip stabbed into his waist before he could dodge. Gritting his teeth, Zhou Qin forced his power to surge again. His hands clamped down on the creature's tongue. With a savage jerk, he yanked the monster straight toward him. Both hands locked onto its head, prying at its upper and lower jaws. He poured every ounce of strength into the motion and pulled. A sickening crack echoed through the arena as the monster's skull split apart from the mouth. Blood sprayed across the stage, drenching Zhou Qin from head to toe. He stood there, reeking of death, radiating a killing intent so real it felt like a physical weight. The boss was watching the ring through the surveillance cameras. He asked coldly, "The fog's gone. What's the situation? Is that kid dead yet?" But before the words even faded, the scene on the screen left him stunned. At the same time, the audience in the stands were all frozen in shock. Zhou Qin stood motionless, each hand gripping half of the mutant's corpse. The boss collapsed into his leather chair, weak and trembling. Regret washed over his face. The mutant had cost him a fortune from the Central District. Reluctantly, he ordered the host to call Zhou Qin backstage to collect his reward. A full 510,000 G, not a single coin missing. Yet behind Zhou Qin, black-clad bodyguards of the underground arena closed in, forming a tight circle. Zhou Qin reached out, testing if he could take the cash box. But the boss slammed it down. "Hold it. I've changed my mind. Sign with us. Fight under my command, and you keep the 510,000. Otherwise, take 110,000 and get out." Zhou Qin glared at him. "What's that supposed to mean?" The boss dropped the act. "My fighters all ran, and you just kill my star attraction. That freak cost me a fortune. You broke the deal. You owe me. Zhou Chun sneered. You never said anything about extra matches. If I recall, before stepping up you made it clear, identity doesn't matter. Stepping in means signing the death contract. Kill or be killed, no liability. Whether to finish off the opponent was the fighter's choice, right? So that 510,000 stays intact. Seeing he had no ground to stand on, the boss yanked out a pistol, roaring, "Who the hell do you think you are? Bargaining with me? You'll never walk out of here alive." But Zhou Chun smashed the gun with a single palm strike. "If I want to leave, can you stop me?" The boss screamed in agony, clutching his broken fingers. "Kill him." At the order, the black-clad guards drew their pistols and aimed straight at Zhou Chun's head. Gunshots thundered, alarming the crowd outside. The girl spun toward the noise, fearing Zhou Chun was in danger. Instead, a guard went flying out of the room. A deep fist imprint was carved into his face. To the onlookers, it looked like a movie stunt, but only that unfamiliar girl realized the truth. Meanwhile, Zhou Chun was still battling over a dozen guards backstage. He slammed one man's head into the wall. The impact shattered it, opening a makeshift passage. Using the momentum, he leapt from the upper floor, trying to escape the chaos. Yet his heart was on the brink of collapse. He had drawn too deeply from the power of the evil god. On top of that, his wounds were worsening. If this kept up, he was doomed. Just as he tried to escape, a hand suddenly yanked him aside. It was the mysterious girl, pulling him away from the guard's search. Zhou Chun wanted to thank her properly, but she waved it off. "Save your strength. I know a hidden passage that can get you out safely. Go straight through. It'll take you outside. Before they seal the entire block, hurry." Zhou Chun took a few steps into the passage, then stopped. He removed his mask, turned back, and only said 2 words, "Thank you." The girl stood, watching his back disappear into the distance. Only then did she answer her earpiece. "Lin, you went to Blackwater again?" Lin replied, "Sis, forget that for now. I need to tell Grandpa. I've found something unusual here." Meanwhile, Zhou Chun barely made it home before collapsing to the floor. His heart pounded violently in his chest. Cold sweat streamed down his cheeks. Within seconds, he blacked out completely. But his debt still hung over him, over 99.8 million. In his unconsciousness, images of his mother from his past life surfaced. She had been terminally ill, yet lied, saying she'd recover in 2 or 3 years. But in the end, she died right in front of him. Those moments of regret flashed through his mind like a lantern reel. When he finally woke, 2 tears slipped from his eyes. "This is my home. I'm still alive. If not for that dream, I might never have woken up." Zhou Chun drew a deep breath. So much time had passed, yet the ache lingered. Then a voice cut through his thoughts. "Stupid kid, you're finally awake." Zhou Chun sat up, startled. "Boss, where have you been these past days?" The evil god answered, "I had matters elsewhere. But I came back to find you collapsed, in terrible shape for 2 days straight. I thought you wouldn't make it. Care to explain?" Once he heard the full story, the god's expression darkened. "So while I was gone, you sneaked into a death arena, used too much of my power just to fight monsters, nearly got yourself killed? Huh, fool. I told you, never use my power recklessly. If you died, what could I do?" Zhou Chun had no words, only muttering, "I didn't do it lightly. I had no choice. You don't have to blow up at me. Don't tell me you think I can just bring you back again. Dream on. Reviving you once already drained most of my strength. If you die again, I can't save you. You've already crossed death once. You should know better than anyone to treasure life." Zhou Chun gave a bitter laugh. "Didn't expect you to say something like that. But you're right. I need to value this chance." "Good. But what you described, half-human, clawed hands, shrouded in mist, that doesn't sound like anything from this world. Who knows? Either way, I never want to set foot in that hellhole again. As for the girl I met in Blackwater, forget it. No use thinking about it. I need to focus on leveling up." Thinking of leveling, Zhou Chun suddenly remembered the prize money he earned in the arena. Thankfully, it was still there, 510,000 G, not a coin missing. The evil god sneered. "Pathetic. So that's why you went to the arena?" Hugging the cash, Zhou Chun retorted, "You don't get it. With this 510,000, I won't have to worry about debt until the exchange tournament is over. That means I can focus on getting stronger. He then glanced at his wound, realizing he had to treat his abdomen before heading back to school. The minor injuries had healed on their own, but not this one. Damn, hospital treatment, school training, a trip to the bank. Suddenly I'm swamped. Soon, he arrived at Tianlong Hospital. After an examination, the doctor concluded his injury wasn't serious. Though it was a penetrating wound, it had healed well. Just keep it clean and avoid further damage. The doctor frowned. That kind of recovery speed isn't normal. Are you an oracle? When Zhou nodded, the doctor pulled out a flyer. Oracles get hurt often, right? Perfect timing. Our hospital has a special promotion. Get a membership card and enjoy tons of discounts. Zhou cut him off. No thanks. Just give me the regular meds. The doctor didn't press. Here's a bottle of special anti-inflammatory. Use it on schedule. Zhou sighed in relief. Good, at least that monster's tongue wasn't venomous. But as he relaxed, his eyes began to itch. The doctor handed him another bottle. Here, pay outside. Zhou noticed the bottle glowing. He asked, Doctor, why is this glowing? The doctor looked baffled. Glowing? I don't see anything. It's just standard oracle medicine. Zhou frowned. Weird, but I can see it clearly. No way I'm hallucinating. Could it be that only I can see it? The doctor chuckled, pushing more sales. Maybe it's stress-induced hallucinations. Perfectly normal for oracles. In fact, we've got a counseling program. Sign up now and get discounts. Zhou glanced at the medicine cabinet. Multiple bottles were glowing. Even some people in the hospital had light radiating from them. He thought, so the glow is everywhere, even on people. Is it because they're oracles? Looking at his own glowing hands, he speculated, maybe the difference between normal humans and oracles is whether they're infused with star energy. Could this be the light leaking from it? Could it have started back then? If that's true, it's huge. An oracle's growth depends on absorbing star energy. If I can sense it directly, absorbing it will be way easier. Just then, he noticed a man walking toward him. As they brushed shoulders, Zhou saw the man radiating an intense glow. Zhou stiffened. This guy's star energy, it's extraordinary. The man also stopped, glancing back in confusion. Huh, I just felt observed, but there shouldn't be any strong ones here. A voice came through his earpiece. What's wrong? You at the hospital yet? Remember, our mission is to locate the alien star. Don't get distracted. The man chuckled. Relax. A rare trip abroad. I don't intend to waste it. I'll stay in this country for a while and catch up with our little princess. A voice came through the earpiece. Good. According to the boss's prophecy, the alien star is a critical point that could change history. Before we know whether it's friend or foe, we need to make contact early and prepare. The man's name was Amir, an A-rank oracle. He smirked with confidence. If you ask me, boss just worries too much. If the alien star turns out to be an enemy, I'll destroy it myself. Soon after, Zhou returned to Light Oracle Academy. The principal confronted him. You've only been in the elite class a few days, and already you're missing calls, ignoring messages, skipping class. Explain yourself. Zhou apologized helplessly. Sorry, you caught me right after I got back. The school's news network is way too fast. There was an urgent matter at home. I failed to report it in time. I'll accept any punishment. The principal shook his head. That's not it. I just wanted to make sure nothing happened to you. Zhou asked, Oh, you mean you're worried I'd back out of the exchange tournament? No, the principal said firmly. I trust you with the tournament. I'm more concerned you might be hiding difficulties you can't speak of. You're an outstanding oracle. Even if you had refused the match, the school would still give you full support. The academy exists to nurture oracles. That will never change. I hope you understand that. Zhou nodded. Don't worry, principal. I'm fine. I'll give my all in the tournament and bring honor to the school. Hearing this, the principal relaxed. Good. Then head back to class. Your friends were so worried. One of them even came in my office to check on you. Outside, Shan Jiruwei threw an arm around Zhou shoulder. Finally, you're back. You vanished for days. Where the hell did you go? Even the teachers didn't know. You scared me half to death. Zhou Chun sighed. Sorry, some urgent family business. Shen Jirue didn't press. Instead, he grinned. Anyway, about that combat technique you mentioned. He handed Zhou Chun a bank card. Xiat and I pooled together 300,000. Take it. Pay us back whenever you can. Zhou Chun was deeply moved. He had only mentioned it in passing. He hadn't expected them to take it so seriously. He declined gently. That's skill. I later found out it wasn't worth the price. I don't plan to buy it. But thank you anyway. Shen Jirue comforted him. That's a shame. Don't worry. You'll find something better. Just then, Ma Wenhao walked up. I overheard you're short on money. I saved up 50,000. Hope you don't mind it small. I lost to you before, and if there's anything I can do to make up for it, just say the word. Su Xiaxia snapped at him. Ma Wenhao, why are you meddling in our squad's business? What's your scheme this time? Ma Wenhao stammered nervously. And no, that's not it. I just wanted to apologize to Zhou Chun. I used to think you only got into the elite class through connections, but then Teacher Zhang explained. I lost fair and square, and I respect that. You opened my eyes to the gap. So, I want to be your friend. Su Xiaxiao whispered to Zhou Chun. He's right. You were the first one to defeat him. Should we let him join? Zhou Chun shrugged. No objections. Su Xiaxiao turned back. Fine. If you're okay being our fourth, we'll accept you. Ma Wenhao smiled. Rank doesn't matter to me. Shen Jirue immediately chimed in. Great. To celebrate our new teammate, Xiaoma, go pour me a glass of water. Ma Wenhao scoffed. If I pour, it'll be for Zhou Chun. You're my defeated opponent. Shen Jirue exploded. What? You just joined, and already you're flipping the table on me. Watching them fool around, Zhou Chun felt a deep warmth. These were true companions. Thank heaven he was still alive, otherwise, he'd never have met them. Soon after, Zhou Chun began training. For oracles, leveling up was simple in theory, absorbing star energy. The more absorbed, the higher the rank, just like an experience bar in a game. High-intensity exercise boosted absorption. That's why most oracle students spent their time in physical training. But in reality, improving absorption was far tougher than it seemed. Even wearing gear to push my limits, my absorption rate is still low. If the star energy in my body isn't absorbed quickly, it just leaks out and goes to waste. No wonder some people stay stuck at level 1 their whole lives. At this pace, there's no way I'll reach level 4 before the tournament. I need another method. Solo drills are boring. Zhou Chun, let's spar, it'll lighten the mood. It was during that monster fight that I forced myself into awakening the ability to sense star energy. Maybe if we spar, I can test an idea with everyone's help. And so, he and his teammates sparred, their coordination growing sharper. That's enough for now. Seeing them panting and drenched in sweat, Zhou Chun said, We've been at it for nearly an hour. Take a break, everyone, you've done great. Su Xiaxia exclaimed, When you said you'd take us 2-on-1, I thought you were joking. Didn't expect you meant it, Shen Jirue chimed in, but it worked great. With no worry about winning or losing, I fought with everything I had. I even pulled off moves I never dared before. At that moment, Ma Wenhao stepped forward, eager to have his turn against Zhou Chun. Looks like I was right. Under this kind of all-out battle, absorption skyrockets. With their solid foundations, they'll level up fast once the rate improves. While absorption's at its peak, maybe I can try that method. To make it safe for ordinary people, star energy supplements are always heavily diluted. With low absorption efficiency, even drinking thousands of bottles won't push someone up a level. But the star energy I borrow through channeling is 100 times more concentrated than supplements. With my current body, absorbing it raw would blow me apart. Unless I limit the flow, keep it within what I can handle. Then I can turn borrowed star energy into permanent strength. To level up quickly, it's worth the risk. Channeling. Damn, I never realized how much I could draw. No wonder it boosted me 2 levels before. Easy, suppress it, shrink the flow as much as possible. At last, Zhou Chun succeeded, steadily absorbing the energy. But even that small trickle was overwhelming. His body filled to bursting in seconds. Shit, Even holding back, it's still too much. If this continues, I'll explode. I have to release it. A violent wave of energy burst out from Zhou Chun. An earthquake. It's Zhou Chun. His star energy just spiked off the charts. The evil god sensed it too. What's happening? This power feels strange. Zhou Chun grinned with relief. I tried controlling your energy to fit my absorption, and it actually worked. The evil god was stunned. You absorbed my star energy and survived. Could it be? You really are my destined point. Just then, the homeroom teacher rushed in. What's going on? What happened? Su Xiaxia quickly explained. It's fine, it's Zhou Chun. We just finished sparring. Then suddenly this happened. The teacher's eyes widened. Such intense star energy overflow. Could that earlier shockwave have been? When how? Get the tester. The result flashed. Zhou Chun, level 3. Everyone was dumbfounded. The teacher shouted, Am I seeing this right? The first level 3 in our academy's history. I must report this to the principal at once. Su Xiaxia asked eagerly. How did you level up? Teach me. Zhou Chun replied. Just like the sparring we did. You'll level up soon too. I didn't expect it to cause such a scene. Next time I'll try it at home. Su Xiaxia exclaimed. No wonder I felt so fired up after sparring. If we keep doing it, can we level up like you? Forget resting. Let's keep going, my turn now. As they bickered, Zhou Chun quietly said to the evil god, Strange, you didn't scold me this time? The evil god answered flatly, I've gotten used to it. If it's just to speed up your growth, I won't say anything. After all, I need you to get stronger too. Zhou Chun grinned. Relax, I still have plenty of stored star energy left. Once my body digests it, I'll hit level 4. The evil god was speechless. This brat was simply outrageous. Time flew, and after days of sparring and training, the day of the exchange tournament finally arrived. The arena buzzed with people, the atmosphere electric. Su Xiaxia looked around excitedly. I can't believe I'm actually standing here. If my mom knew, she'd cry tears of joy. Shun Jurue added, I heard there are more students competing this year than ever. Ma Wenhao asked, Zhou Chun, are you ready for a level 4 match? Shame we don't have more time. Maybe we could have fought side by side. The gap between level 3 and 4 is massive. Zhou Chun said casually, Don't worry. The principal said participation is what matters. Winning is secondary. If it gets dangerous, I'll just forfeit. He thought to himself, It's finally time. I should get ready. Meanwhile, in the VIP stands, the principal looked around with emotion. This is my first time in the VIP section. Our school only ever entered level 2 matches before. Never had this kind of treatment. Then Wang Mingyuan, principal of Yunxiang Academy, came over with congratulations. Impressive. You managed to produce both a level 3 and level 4 student in such a short time. Zhou Chun's principal replied modestly. It's all thanks to the students' effort. I only did my best to support them. And thanks to you, Old Wang, for warning me about the rule changes in time. Wang Mingyuan glanced at the stage. With the new system, central funding for winners will increase. The competition between schools will be fiercer than ever. Just then, a group walked up, sneering. Ah, so that's the noise. Looks like some bumpkins making their first appearance here. The principal bristled, but Wang Mingyuan held him back. Easy, old Hu. They're principals of past champion schools. Best not to clash head-on. Principal Hu snorted. That was the past. The match hasn't even started. Who knows who'll win? Principal Lee sneered coldly. Ah, dogs who think they're strong always bark the loudest. Savor this moment. It'll be the last you ever see. The homeroom teacher asked worriedly. Principal Hu, this is our first time in such a high-tier tournament. Will our students be all right? The principal asked back. Xiao Zhang, what do you think of them? The teacher answered firmly. I think they're excellent. Especially Zhou Chun. His talent is no worse than those so-called elites who rely on drugs. The principal's expression hardened. Exactly. All we need to do is trust them. In the stands, the class monitor fidgeted nervously. It's my first time here, so nerve-wracking. I wonder how Zhou Chun is doing. When I first heard he'd compete, I couldn't believe it. It's been a week since he transferred to the elite class. I haven't seen him since. Who knows how he's doing now? But now he's the school's rising star, even representing us in a level 4 match. He probably wouldn't bother with someone like me from the regular class. Lost in thought, she bumped into someone but was quickly steadied. It was Zhou Chun. He gave her a small smile. "You okay?" Her cheeks flushed instantly. "Zhou Chun, thank you. But why are you here? I thought after joining the elite class you wouldn't want to be friends with me anymore." Zhou Chun chuckled. "What kind of talk is that? Friends are friends. Status doesn't change that." Her heart warmed. So Zhou Chun's still the same. He hasn't changed at all. He's going to be amazing out there. Just then, the loudspeakers cut in, pulling her back to reality. Zhou Chun strode onto the stage with confidence. The host's voice boomed across the arena. "Honored guests, teachers, and fellow students, welcome to this year's Outer Zone Inter Academy Exchange Tournament. Today's event will be hosted by myself and my partner, Lillian." The students in the stands gasped. "Wait, that's Lillian? The top idol? She's actually hosting the tournament? Even without her stage costume. She's adorable," Lillian said playfully. "Today, I'm not idol Lillian. I'm working Lillian. The real stars are our contestants. Now, let me explain the rules. This year, 12 academies are competing, each sending 4 representatives. That makes 16 fighters in the level 4 bracket and 32 in the level 3 bracket. However, this arena is for level 4 matches only. Those wishing to see level 3 should head to the designated venue. Both brackets will earn points, and final rankings will be based on totals. The format is simple. 2 contestants fight each match, the winner advances to the next round, and so on, until a champion is crowned. To ensure full effort, match time is capped at 30 minutes. A fight ends when one side can no longer battle or surrenders. Show us your true strength. Of course, though the rules are harsher this year, there's no need to worry. Take a look. Onto the stage stepped an S-rank oracle, Master by You. With just a flick of his finger, the ground shook, the whole stage quaking violently. The host declared, "Amazing, an earth-shaking strike with a single gesture. As you see, Master by You has specially prepared this unique arena. A protective barrier shields the audience from stray attacks. Any damage to the stage will be repaired by the Master himself. So contestants, go all out. Lastly, the gemstone before each of you must be worn during battle. It's not only your ID, but also a safeguard in emergencies." Zhou Chun thought, so it's true. S-rank power really is godlike. Incredible. He glanced at the drowsy evil god beside him and muttered, "Figures this guy doesn't care at all. Now my nerves are gone too." Just then, Lillian announced, "Matchups will be displayed on your gemstones. Now, let the Outer Zone Inter Academy Oracle Exchange Tournament officially begin. Round of 16, Match 1. Wang Lu of West Shore Academy versus Xiao Ran of Blue Pole Academy." The host exclaimed, "What an opening." Xiao Ran unleashed cannon-like strikes, ending the fight in just 17 minutes. Now, on to Match 2. In the VIP stands, Principal, who remarked, "Didn't expect them to bring in an S-rank master. Looks like this year will be intense." Principal Wang replied, "The gap between level 4 and level 3 is that level 4 fighters can unleash the full potential of combat arts. Plus, wealthy schools can casually buy C-rank techniques." He then glanced at Principal Lee. "They rely on subsidies to arm their students with the best techniques and potions. That's how they've dominated for years, strutting around so confident. But this year, things will be different." On the battle stage, Match 5 began. Lan Qin of Yunhu Academy versus Li Zhe of West Shore. Another dazzling showdown. Lan Qin's movements were ghost-like, dodging every furious strike, toying with his opponent. But evasion alone couldn't win. How would he strike back? Lan Qin flicked his wrist. "Warm-up's over. Time to get serious." Li Zhe's eyes went wide. What an ability-type technique. His arms were instantly bound. No escape. The host shouted, "Look at Li Zhe's reaction. This ability is deadly. Restrain with technique, then finish at leisure. Lan Qin's style is near unbeatable." The match ends in just 5 minutes. The students in the stands cried out, Is this magic? To lock your opponent down and then strike freely. It's invincible. The principal was stunned. An ability system? That's a rare awakening, usually only possible above D rank. Principal Wong smiled proudly. Exactly. This student awakened his potential early. His talent is 1 in 10,000. Principal O of Zhongshan scoffed. TCH. Early awakening, big deal. Principal Wong shot back. If it's so worthless, Principal O, why did you try to poach Lanqin with piles of cash? Principal O flushed with anger, but before he could retort, Principal Li of Shuaguang cut in. Enough. It's only an early awakening. The host's voice rang out. Match 6. Wang Zhu of Shuaguang Academy. 5 seconds of a one-hit kill. His opponent barely moved before being crushed. This is the power of Shuaguang. Champions 3 years running. The crowd gasped. A one-shot. Too strong. Only Shuaguang could do that. Looks like they'll claim the championship again. Wang Zhu stood tall on stage, arrogance radiating. So this year's tournament has no suspense, boring. Principal O exclaimed, as expected of Principal Li's personally trained student. His strength is on another level. Beside him, Principal Li smiled smugly. Then his face hardened. Didn't I say? The louder a dog barks, the weaker it is. Principal Wong snorted. We'll see about that. Principal Hu muttered, this fight is beyond anything we can interfere in. For Light Oracle Academy, just qualifying is already an achievement. If Zhou Chun can win even one round, or just put on a strong performance, it's a huge gain. The host announced, Match 7 goes to the Lion Gate Academy Fighter. Time 20 minutes. Take a short break. Next is the final match of round 1. Hearing this, Zhou Chun warmed up. Didn't expect to be the last match. Wonder what kind of opponent I'll face. The evil god scoffed. Why not use my power and finish it instantly? Zhou Chun replied, because in this stage, no student exceeds level 4. If I jump to level 5, it'll draw too much attention. If they investigate, I'll be exposed. Lanqin spoke up calmly. Unlucky. You're in the last match. Your opponent is Lei Che from Zhongshan Academy. He's one of the top contenders this year. His signature move, Thunderous Burst Line Kick, is so powerful that even D-rank oracles can't withstand it. Zhou Chun frowned. Wait, isn't a move that's strong overkill in a low-level match? Lanqin explained, that gemstone you receive before the match can block one lethal hit, but your body will still suffer. That's how brutal academy funding wars are. Zhou Chun nodded. Thanks for the warning. But why help me? Lanqin answered, our principals are friends. That makes me your ally, for now. We share the same goal, snatching first place from those arrogant elites. He waved dismissively. I was hoping you'd at least take down a few for me. But since your opponent is Lei Che, I guess not. If you can just drain some of his stamina, that's already helpful. Good luck, Zhou Chun thought. Is this Lei Che really that terrifying? Soon, Zhou Chun stepped onto the stage. The host shouted, at last, the final battle of round 1. You've all been waiting for this. The crowd roared in excitement. Finally, the last match, it's going to be epic. He's the closer? That's dramatic. Zhou Chun was surprised by the thunderous cheers, only to realize they weren't for him. They were for Lei Che. A column of light flared, and Lei Che made his entrance. His arrival split the ground beneath his feet, showcasing overwhelming strength. Zhou Chun stood cold-faced, turning to meet his eyes. The host proclaimed, and here he is, the headliner, Lei Che of Zhongshan Academy. He awakened at 12, reached level 4 in just 4 years, and has earned national certification and guild invitations. A true prodigy of a new era. The stands erupted with chants. Leike, Leike. The girl screamed wildly. Leike, I want her baby. Leike, I love you. In the stands, the class monitor bit her lip in worry. His opponent even has a fan club, but no one is cheering for Zhou Chun. A student behind her scoffed. Well, of course. Our brother Lei Che is handsome and strong. Having fans is normal. That other guy looks arrogant, fake, and unlikable. No way someone like him would ever have fans. The class monitor snapped back. Who said Zhou Chun has no fans? I am his fan. He's gentle and strong. Unlike Lei Che with his flashy arrogance, his character is awful. The two glared at each other, sparks flying. One shouted, "Go Lei Che," while the monitor countered, "Go Zhou Chun." Nearby students whispered, "Whoa, first time seeing the monitor this fierce. What's going on?" On stage, the host hyped the crowd. The cheers are deafening. Can this young challenger shake the reign of Shuaguang's longtime dominance? Let's see what he's got. Now let the battle begin. In the booth, Lillian whispered nervously, Senior, did you forget to introduce the other contestant?" The male host froze, too caught up in the excitement. He coughed to cover his embarrassment. "My apologies. Now, let me formally introduce. Facing Lei Che, from Light Oracle Academy, Zhou Chun. His past achievements, none. Signature techniques, none. Academy record, it's her first year competing." Zhou Chun felt awkward. Maybe I should have bought a combat technique. At least it wouldn't look so embarrassing. The audience buzzed. No wonder I don't remember them. First-time participants. Just raising one level 4 must have drained all their resources. No wonder he has no combat arts. What's he even doing here? What a waste of the spotlight. I wanted to see Lei Che's ultimate move. The student arguing with a monitor burst into laughter. "Ha ha! So it's your school's first time?" Principal Lee sneered, "Ha! To think your debut pits you against Lei Che. Eliminated without a win. Almost makes me feel bad for you." Principal Wang comforted Principal Hu. "Don't mind him. Every school has its first time." On stage, Lei Che smirked. "So you're Zhou Chun. I heard this is your academy's first time competing. Tough luck. You finally reached level 4, only to meet me first. Understand this. A genius bears endless expectations. Many things are beyond my choice. I sympathize with you, but I won't hand over victory." Zhou Chun answered calmly, "No need. Let's just fight." As they crossed paths, Lei Che sneered, "Fine then. I'll use 10% of my power as warm-up. At least your first fight will look less pathetic." In a flash, he blurred and widened the distance. The host shouted, "Oh, what was that?" Lei Che appeared right next to Zhou Chun, then vanished. Already eager to end this. "Very well. I declare the final match of round 1 has begun." The instant the words left his mouth, Lei Che lunged at Zhou Chun. His fist rocketed forward, inches from Zhou Chun's face. Zhou Chun stayed calm, dodging with ease. Lei Che's storm-like blows all missed their mark. The host exclaimed, "What? Is that some special technique? Wait, there's 2 Lei Che's. No 3. More. It's like multiple opponents attacking at once. Those must be after images from sheer speed." From the very start, Lei Che is showing terrifying form. This championship battle will be intense. Wan Qin grit his teeth. TCH, Lei Che really is a monster. Principal O boasted, "Humph. Lei Che's strength goes far beyond this. Finding him cost me dearly, but now no peer can match him." Lei Che taunted from the stage. "Why so still? Can't even follow 10% of my speed." "Figures. Only fighters like Wang Zhua are worthy to be my opponents. Still, you've done enough. Goodbye," Zhou Chun said coldly. "Done showing off? Lanke Froze." "What?" Zhou Chun's fist slammed out, sending Lei Che spitting blood. The host was speechless, stunned. The entire arena fell silent, jaws dropping. Lei Che's face caved under the blow. He himself looked utterly confused. The host's voice trembled. What just happened?" Zhou Chun threw a single punch and shattered Lei Che's assault. With Lei Che's speed, dodging should have been easy. Was he careless or simply unable to react? Zhou Chun scratched his head, muttering, "He wasn't attacking, so I struck first." Principal Wang clapped Hu's shoulder. "That was brutal. Old Hu, your student had us all fooled." Principal O roared in denial. "Impossible. No one at level 4 is faster than Lei Che. A school like yours couldn't raise this kind of fighter. You must have hired a ringer." Principal Hu smirked. "If it were a ringer, don't you think the high-level inspectors would have caught it? Or are you claiming to be smarter than them?" Principal Lee snapped, "Enough noise. The match isn't over yet." On stage, Lei Chase slowly pushed himself back up.